Thanks for joining us on the weekend edition of National Focus. I'm Kimani Saint-Jean. Coming up, the Roseau South Constituency sees an upgrade to its road infrastructure. The Ministry of Education commits to early childhood education, and Grandbay captures the 2014 National Wob Miss Dwiyet title. Stay tuned for details of these and other stories after this.
A lot of bathtubs are blamed for bruises. Some staircases are accused of being responsible for broken bones. Doors are occasionally viewed suspiciously as causing lesions. A high percentage of tables are accused of producing bleeding or trauma. Violence against women is a crime, and it's everyone's responsibility. It's inexcusable. If you're a victim or witness of physical or psychological violence or abuse, seek help and denounce the perpetrator.
Thanks for staying with us. Students of the Newtown Primary School can look forward to being in their new classroom by the new school year. A recent visit to the site confirms that work is well underway and will be complete by June 2015. Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau South Constituency, Ambo says the new school is one that will enhance the learning experience of the students and is appreciated by students and parents alike.
This new school is going to be probably the most modern primary school in Dominica, and one of the important features that it also has is the provision for elevators to provide for the challenged students who attend the school. So this in itself is something new for the construction of schools in Dominica, and therefore I feel very, very proud that we are able to do it in the Roseau South constituency. But the impact of the school is going to be tremendous, because the existing school had been built, I think, soon after 1979 Hurricane David, and has actually outlived its usefulness in terms of the structure, in terms of the environment for proper teaching and proper learning, and therefore the Prime Minister in his own wisdom felt that the Newtown community should get a new school, and that's what we are witnessing here today, the construction of the new school.
The school, which is a $6 million gift from the People's Republic of China, will include a library, labs, sick bay, and play facility. The school can accommodate up to 300 students. In related news, the Roseau South constituency is receiving some much-needed repairs to its road infrastructure. The Labour Party administration has seen it fit to maintain these roads after neglect from the original developers. Two of these projects include the main road in Leopoldville and the sections of the Everton Estate Road in Madrel-Loubier.
As a government, we have to ensure that the people who reside in those areas can commute comfortably. And as a result, the road had reached such a state in terms of deterioration that I, as a parliamentary representative, of course, getting the requests from the residents, obtained the funds, and now we are in the process of reconstructing the road. It's again the government's quest to improve on our road infrastructure. And for the people of Leopold, I think this is something that I'm sure that they will be grateful for and will cherish. And maintain the road in such a way that they can beautify it, plant flowers along the way, take care of the immediate vicinity by keeping the grass down, keeping the drains clean, so that the road can last for a very, very long time.
The Leopoldville project will cost some $280,000 and cover 385 feet of road.
We started the works 3 weeks ago, and we are 560 feet of road already done. We have employed 10 fellows permanently on the project, and sometimes we bring in some fellows sarcastic.
The Everton Estate Road is a much smaller project, but according to the Roseau South MP, it is needed.
The state of the road had reached a point where it was becoming very difficult for the motorists and pedestrians alike, and therefore I came to the quest or to the rescue of the residents, so to speak, to seek the funding for the construction of not the entire road, but the major section. There were about 3 major sections of the road that were really bad, and therefore we are now undertaking that project. The cost of the project is somewhere in the region of about roughly $50,000. The contractor is indicating that based on the extent of work, because we need to do some additional drainage and to really preserve the integrity of the road. So we might have to make some more resources available for that purpose. But certainly the residents again have expressed their gratitude and thanks because of the relief now that they're foreseeing, because it was really bad, especially for the motor cars and the drivers negotiating the road. So at the end of it all, we're hoping that within the next 3 weeks or so, the project should be completed, and the people who live along the Everton Estate Road certainly will have a much better and more comfortable and safer road to commute for those who drive and for those who actually walk.
Road networks are the backbone of any country, and much pride should be taken in their upkeep in order to promote development. Honorable Minister for Public Works Reuben Blackmore shared these sentiments at a press conference last Friday. The Honorable Minister said that the Dominica Labour Party administration has been the most efficient and proactive government to address the country's road infrastructural needs.
For a matter of fact, one of the other outstanding areas that we have to address and going into the Newtown, and we have already secured the funding for that, is from Pokasi going back into Pidisufre, Cassibus, and the Carib Reserve. And of course, that money is already secured for that under the World Bank Initiative, and to deal with that road once and for all. The other outstanding issues that we have to deal with in terms of the road is from Point Michel going back into Sufria. And of course, it's a road, of course, that is going to pose tremendous challenges for us because, of course, of the terrain that we're talking about. But we are doing the necessary detailed analysis and, of course, to get it right when it is done. You can recall we have spoken about from Buffet State going back into Silver Lake, where funding, of course, has been secured from the Caribbean Development Bank by way of a loan facility to stabilize the cliff from the intersection coming from Santa Roma into Buffet State.
Honorable Blackmore further listed some ongoing projects being undertaken by his ministry.
You know that we had some issues down at Lago in Portsmouth, and actually work has begun, and of course where $1.5 million is actually being spent. As the traffic is going up to the hill in Tukari, and work is also ongoing there, and down in Capuchino to the flat. And you have heard persons made reference to the White River Bridge. And I made reference before, you heard from the Prime Minister, that very soon we shall be starting this road project from Bajab going back into Delis. And there are a number of interventions to be undertaken. You're talking about where we shall be spending well over $23 million in Odelis to have this area properly dealt with in terms of having returning walls and proper drainage and other mitigating factors.
The minister informed that the European Union will soon declare a contractor for the White River Bridge project. Meantime, the construction of a bypass for the area began 2 weeks ago with the services of a local contractor. Road and drainage improvement will soon be underway for the Champagne area, Montbruce, Leopoldville, Canefield, Grandfont, Stock Farm, and Greens Lane in Goodwill. The Public Works Minister also informed that bids would be opened this week for work to address the damage done in Green Valley, Point Michel, by the 2013 Christmas Eve trough system. Minister Blackmore stated that government's most notable achievement in road infrastructure is the rehabilitation of the airport road.
And that has been a tremendous achievement for us. And it has taken time, and of course you would have known of a number of times that I spoke about that road, and other persons spoke about that road. And based on what I have seen and the instructions given, that the expectation is to have all the work completed by Wednesday next week. And that is include, of course, the reflectors to the edges, the signage, etc., and finishing all the entrances to the bridges. And that in itself is a tremendous achievement for us, where we have spent close to $90 million to get that roadway right.
The official opening and renaming of the expanded highway from Melville Hall to Pont Cassé will take place on the 1st of November 2014. The Ministry of Education believes early childhood education should be of high importance on government's agenda to improve the country's human resource capacity. Speaking at the opening ceremony of an evaluation workshop of the high-scope preschool curriculum, Marcella Powell, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education, informed that in keeping with the new OECS education sector strategy, the Education Ministry has adopted the vision "Each child succeeds."
Also aligned with goal number 5 of this strategy, which states, increase access to quality early childhood development services by 2021, the Honorable Minister for Education and Human Resource Development, Honorable Peter Saint-Jean, made the pronouncement in November 2011 to increase access to early childhood development beginning in September 2012. In this initiative, the ministry sought to increase access for approximately 20% of children who of preschool age were not accessing these services. Under this program, 5 new community preschools were opened. With quality being our watchword, we also went to accommodate 3 other already existing preschools in our primary schools.
She added this is why the ministry has collaborated with the United Nations Children's Fund to introduce the high-scope curriculum program to preschools on the island. The Ministry of Education has also committed financially to ensure the program's success.
In support of this program, the Ministry of Education continues to provide furniture and manipulatives to effectively deliver the curriculum to all preschools as new ones begin and others continue to implement this curriculum. I can inform that an amount of US $50,000 for the procurement of materials for this preschool under the Caribbean Development Bank has been purchased. Let me inform you educators that you will receive these new materials in November during the observance of Early Childhood Development Month.
A survey conducted in 2007 revealed that a majority of preschools on the island did not use curriculums. The Permanent Secretary thanked UNICEF for their partnership in bringing high scope to Dominica and for their recommendations regarding their findings on evaluating the program's implementation on the island. Derek Ra Peters and the Point Michel Cultural Group are the recipients of the 2014 Lime Creole Lifetime Awards. The awardees were honored at the press launch of Lime's 12th Creole in the Park on Tuesday. Peters was recognized for his contribution to the creation of bouyon music, the featured genre of the event this year.
In the 90s, as the lead singer for the very popular band WCK, he penned the winning song Culture Shock. It was a hit which up to this day resonates with audiences far and wide. As the main writer for the band, Ra spewed hit after hit, Conchel, Coltenu, Balance Batty, and many others. Soon the band catapulted onto the regional and international stage, dishing out its musical stew of pop and folk rhythms Ra referred to as bouillon.
The Point Michel Cultural Group was founded by Ferdinand Frampton in 1989 with the aim of providing a polished display of traditional performing arts for cruise ship tourists. The group was awarded for its success in that area. Joan Frampton, wife of the deceased group founder, accepted the award on behalf of the group.
I am feeling great. I'm just receiving that award in honor of my husband, my late husband, and he was the backbone of the group. We used to call him Castro. He was the real man at the back of the group. But we are so happy. I am not the only one. The members of the group also, we are happy.
Lime employee Elizabeth Angle also received an award at Tuesday's ceremony. The Special Employee Recognition was awarded to Angle for her 6 years of service in organizing the Creole in the Park. Angle serves as a stage manager for the event. In other news, Melija Benjamin of Grandbay has copped the 2014 Miss Wob Dwiyet title. 6 young ladies from various districts across the island competed in 3 rounds, namely Talent, Creole Spectacular Wear, and Parade in Wob Dwiyet. The 20-year-old who captured the award for Best Creole Spectacular Wear at the Old Mill Cultural Center last evening surpassed 5 other competitors. Here is a short clip of her performance.
Granny, we use a spray one and I don't care, no, Granny, I want to do what for me, Granny, I want to do fixing license.
The Best Performing Talent Award went to first runner-up Janelle David of Massac.
I gather with your strength from your beliefs, confidence and bravery propelled by my own will to be free and strengthened by the spirits of my ancestors.
The Southern representative Desra Coffey placed second, capturing the award for Best Parade in Wob Dwiyet. Tavernier was crowned by the 2013 Miss Wob Dwiyet, Tassia Flosak of Atkinson, who also made a final walk that evening. The other competitors were Tamika Tavernier from Soufriere representing the Southwest, Shireen Dubois from Penville representing the North, and Latoya Anthony from Woodford Hill representing the Northeast. There were special performances by the Sixth Form Cicero Singers, Swinging Stars Band, Castleboro Secondary School, Drumming a Psalm, Michael Henderson, Sonia Lloyd, and many more. The reigning team matador Treasure Anthony, reigning Madam Wob Dwiyet, Veronique Nicholas, and 6 contestants vying for the 2014 Madam Wob Dwiyet title, scheduled for Thursday, October 30th, also made appearances at Thursday's show. And finally, Dominica is ready for the 18th edition of the World Creole Music Festival. A star party with a number of artists who have come from all around the world, as well as local artists, was held Thursday evening to introduce local and international artists to the media.
We really look to this event to help promote the destination, to not only promote the destination in terms of events, which we know a number of people within the Caribbean in particular travel for, but also in coming for the World Creole Music Festival to experience a little bit of what Dominica has to offer, and hopefully that gives you a taste to come back with your families.
Some of the artists for this year's festival include Jacquier, Destra, Corinne Dubois, Suku Stars, and the newly added Cecile. The festival kicks off tonight, Friday, October 24th, at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium. Now for a recap of the week's headline stories with Colette Ambo.
Welcome to this week's edition of a Flashback. In the headlines this week, Wesley residents will soon reap the benefits of a resource center in that community. Fulfilling on a promise made to the people of Wesley, government held a groundbreaking ceremony last Friday for the commencement of work on the facility in Mopo Wesley. Also this week, Honorable Parliamentary Representative for the Roseau South Constituency, Ambo announced that Bath Estate and Elmdall residents will see the completion of their 60 apartment units by March 2015. The project, which began early 2014, is 65% complete and is being constructed by Shanghai Construction Group. Honorable George also announced this week that as soon as the first quarter of next year, the first phase of the Roseau and Portsmouth Enhancement Project will get underway. That phase will follow a 4-month traffic study and will involve a number of upgrade and enhancement sub-projects. This week, the pilot program for climate resilience and the disaster vulnerability reduction project was officially launched. The project is sponsored by the World Bank's Climate Investment Fund. The $3 million Laplane Police Station is scheduled to be completed at the end of October this year. This would mark a year since ground was broken for the commencement of work on that project last year. In more news this week, Dominica is set to complete a National Action Plan, NAP, for best land practices by December 2014. Various stakeholders met at the Fisheries Complex on Tuesday for a workshop to formulate Dominica's NAP under the United Nations Convention to Combat Desertification. The first ever Creole in the Streets event was launched on Wednesday on Great Marlborough Street. This new Creole activity is an initiative by the National Development Foundation of Dominica and aims to bring attention to the businesses of clients of the NDFD. And the 12th edition of Lime Dominica's Creole in the Park was launched this week. This year's event will focus heavily on the promotion of Dominica's bouillon music and will again feature the original members of the WCK band. Those were the headline stories which made the news this week. Back to you, Kimani.
Thank you, Colette. And that's the English news. McPherson St. Luce is next with Creole highlights.
Allô tout le monde, bienvenue à cette nouvelle en créole. Non moins, c'est McPherson St. Luce. Premièrement, on bypasse environ parc national Cabrins qui est formé par première phase projet réhabilitation ville Guantans. Gouvernement Dominique si contract jeudi, où la travail si posé fait ville Roseau et puis Guantans. Acting Premier Minister Honorable Ambo représenté Premier Minister Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt en cérémonie pour tester contract là jeudi.
Guantans c'est première ville, town, second town en Dominique, c'est Portsmouth. Avec ça nous que voyons à la projet ça principal, c'est nous que chemin qui a aller Cabrits devant Moroccan Hotel là. Nous que nous on chemin neuf pour aller Cabrits là. Pour ça nous qu'a faire pour bas hôtel là plus laid pour parking, pour un tennis court, pour mettre l'autre facile la hôtel là besoin pour faire hôtel là en opération. So nous que voyons ça à Guantas est principal projet. Mais nous avons aussi gardé toutes ces chemins en l'autre phase pour grandir avec ranger ces chemins à Guantas pour ranger ces drains là, ces sidewalks là. Pour faire un chemin road Glanville pour aller 1 mile. On bypass chemin. C'est ça qu'on sorti road Roseau. On va aller Viecas, par exemple. Ou pas nous pour rentrer en dedans Guantan ça même. So quand on bypass chemin qui est sorti road Granville ou qui est sorti Dwiyet pour aller en Viecas. Parce qu'on bypass chemin donc il aussi regarder pour Guantas.
D'autres nouvelles, messieurs, mesdames, ministre de l'Éducation ni bon avis pour teachers et parents qui concerne l'éducation des enfants. Parole celle-là sortie officier éducation et puis responsabilité pour l'éducation des enfants, Madame Vida George.
Moi, je dis tout teacher qui a étudié légion en preschool, et pas juste teacher mes parents. Légion en preschool supposé apprendre en manière là yo toujours active. Yo pas supposé ani copie information, yo supposé faire bagaille. Comme si pour dire un exemple. Légion ça supposé jouer en sable, faire lettres alphabet, faire numéro en sable avec doigtio, nous avons une farine fonce, nous avons une glow, mélanger ça, faire plaido ba yo, faire apprendre en manière là, yo pas en bagaille là. En partie de nous aimer mettre légion devant TV pas ça montrer ti moun ça yoni pour faire parce que la pas ni pièce communication. Légion en preschool pas supposé ni livre d'autres moun ja préparé ba yo comme mon dit bon matin ou les savent si on ti moun connaît comment si connaît l'état B et ou pas ni ba yon papier avec des trace l'état B avec cola l'état B ça pas ka montrer rien ba yon papier ba yon sida ba yon morceau crayon avec dit pour écrire l'état B avec si il ça couleur coller en n'importe couleur.
Finalement, messieurs, mesdames, l'école primaire Viecas qui est une activité journée Creole l'année là. Parole celle-là sorti de mettre l'école celle-là monsieur Jean-Marie Royer, Premier ministre Honorable Roosevelt Skerritt, qui est aussi membre parlement qui pense salut pendant un match pass qui organisé.
Journée Creole l'année là, nous avons fait une différence, nous avons regardé pour ni différentes activités, nous avons commencé le bon matin. À 9h30, nous avons pensé les enfants là, nous avons fait un match à l'école là, descend en village là. En bas Mangola, nous avons joint le Prime Minister là, Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerritt, qui pour un salut là. Après ça, nous avons monté en l'église, en l'église là, nous avons eu un service pour tout le monde. Ces enfants là, les enfants preschool, les enfants primary school, les gens en communauté là, parents. Mon différentes communautés si vous venez aussi avec un service là nous avons différentes paroles nous avons célébré l'année ça là en bas film là c'est pays nous c'est responsabilité nous c'est un film qui est en anglais mais nous mettons en créole so nous avons célébré en bas film ça là et nous avons regardé pour mener communauté là ensemble ça important l'année ça là après ça, nous sortis dans l'église là, nous sommes montés à l'école là, en l'école là, nous sommes en lunch, nous sommes manger, tous ces enfants là qui manger Creole, nous sommes kwab, nous sommes lamouri, sancoach, différents bitins, pain rôti, bitins qui est bien important pour nous parce que tout ça, c'est il a fait culture nous et nous pas oublier culture nous.
Messieurs, mesdames, ça c'est tout pour nouvelles en Creole pour à présent. Nous, moi c'est McPherson Luce. Qu'à souhaiter tout le monde une bonne saison en dépendant. Au revoir.
Coming up next, a useful tip for the festive weekend.
The WASCO recognizes that clean water is vital to healthy living. Therefore, it spares no effort in providing a clean, safe, and reliable system. Help keep our rivers safe and clean. Do not cut trees along the river banks and do not pollute with garbage, human or animal feces, and chemicals. Think water, think life.
It's the Creole Festival weekend. Here's a tip to help you get through the 3 nights of pulsating rhythms. Consume a lot of coconut water, especially if you drink more alcohol than your belly can handle. Coconut water will settle your stomach and replace those essential electrolytes that exit the body through bouts of frequent urination or vomiting. And that's all for this edition of National Focus. We always welcome your suggestions and comments. Drop us an email at gis@dominica.gov.dm or visit our website news.gov.dm. Like us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/GIS News Dominica. You can also catch up on past National Focus newscasts on our GIS Dominica YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire news production team, I'm Kimani. Thank you for watching and have a great weekend.